Hey guys, it's Natural Virgo 1922, better known as Gia. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about hysterectomies, hysterectomies, polyps, not polyps, fibroids, um, heavy bleeding and stuff like that. So if you're still interested, and this is adult content, so if you're still interested, if you're not over the age of 18, I suggest you exit left or right, whatever the case might be. Find something else to entertain. But if you're still interested, keep on watching. I'm going to tell you my personal stories with my hysterectomy. With fibroids since I was 16 years old. It would have to be somebody to ding me on my cell phone. I apologize about that, but I'm not going to even edit that part out, for real, for real. Seriously. But anyway, I'm trying to debate like where am I looking, but anyway, it's my iPhone, so I'm recording. Anyway, so I've been dealing with fibroids since I was 16 years old. That was the first time I ever had surgery at a young age in high school. I was constantly having heavy bleedings where I would need so many pads and tampons. So my mom finally said there was something wrong. This is not right. I think the high school I went to, the nurse was like, this is not normal. You need to go see an OBGYN. And at that time, my mom is Haitian. Bless her soul, she passed away. They don't believe in going to the gynecologist. For real. And especially me being a minor, she didn't want nobody to look at my hoo-ha. And at that time, I was still a virgin. I didn't lose my virginity till I was 25. So, of course, having somebody look up in you at a tender age of 16, she just felt that was super wrong. But anyway, they convinced her, and thank goodness for that. I had my first surgery. And ever since then, they just been growing crazy. Like, I wasn't drinking coffee or anything. They couldn't explain why I was having back-to-back fibroids, because after I've had surgery, within 2 to 3, 4 years, they'll grow back with the vengeance. Like, seriously, I would still have heavy bleeding. My periods would be so harsh and so rough to the point where I would miss days of school. I would be on heavy medication, like Tylenol 3, 2, whatever it is, whereas Tylenol and codeine together, because that's how bad my cramps were. My cramps were severely to the point where it not decapitated, it just basically shut me down, and I had to be home for a couple of days because that's how bad it is. And to the point where I was wearing overnight pads. That's how bad it is, like during school, because the simple fact is I would bleed through. Now, I started my period at 12, like literally the first day at Pompano Middle, like summer school, first day of sixth grade, my period came on. So that was a disaster, like for real, for real. Didn't know what the hell was going on. They kind of in elementary let you know about the changes that's going to be going on when you become a woman, and apparently I didn't realize it was going to come that damn quick. Going fast forward, all the way to high school, bad cramps, bad periods, and all the way to college, had multiple surgeries. I had the Da Vinci, where they basically had slit 5 inserts on my belly. Instead of going invasive, like opening you up or giving you a smiley face scar like a C-section, they would basically do a laparoscopic. It's a Da Vinci. It was basically new technology, and I had my first one done in Tampa while I was in college. And they would do a slit in the belly button too, but they would do 5 other holes, and basically that's where the robotic hands would go, and the doctor would have a monitor and basically go there and kind of surgically remove them. From there, I had a lot of DCs. It stands for something, and I'm in the medical field. I should know better. It's like a cutledge where they basically cut them out. But come to find out, my whole uterus was basically a whole fibroid, like embedded, like literally embedded. Um, I was too young they put me on birth control pills to assist me with the period and the heavy bleeding. But that didn't work because I was on Marina, the NuvaRing, I was on did IUD, which blew me up big time. Like I had one shot, and the shot basically, and this is for me. I'm not talking about for anybody else. But when I had the depot shot, that shot basically blew me up and basically ignited my period to the point where it just never stopped. To the point where I had a continuation of a cycle. Like literally, I was bleeding, like bleeding, bleeding, bleeding. Now, when you first get the shot, they do tell you the side effects that you might bleed for the first 3 months, irregularities and stuff like that. But mine was consistent for like more than 6 months, and it turned into a year. And then a year turned into 2, and that was like affecting my sexual life for real, as an adult. And we did everything. We did acid. It's a type of a bubble where they inject something inside your uterus to kind of stop it, or they gave me all type of pills. I was to the point where I was going to need a blood transfusion the way I was bleeding, because I was severely anemic. I was on iron pills all the time, and I was constantly fatigued. So I made the decision, an executive decision, excuse me, to basically, I realized, okay, I'm 40. I'm not going to have any kids. I might as well just go ahead and yank it out, because the doctor, I'm not going to say the hospital, but I love this hospital. I highly recommend Cleveland Clinic in Weston. I'm not going to say the doctor's name, but she's so awesome. But she gave me alternative methods. I could do ablation. Ablation is basically burning the lining of my uterus, but apparently that wouldn't guarantee me from stop bleeding. Some people, there's this disorder where your uterus lining gets inflamed. There's a word for it. I just can't think of it right now on the top of my dome. I'm thinking of it right now, and it might probably come out when I'm talking. I might blurp it out, blurp. But anyway, so in February of 2020, I basically had my surgery, like literally around Valentine's Day. I went in, same day procedure, like seriously, laparoscopic, like seriously. I thought I was going to be in the hospital for a couple of days. I went home the same night, like seriously. They did the same procedure where they basically cut little slits on my stomach, made a slit in the belly button. Basically, I had a total hysterectomy. What that means is I don't have a cervix and I don't have a uterus, so I don't have anything where I can get impregnant. I can have sex. I don't have no problem with having sex, and I enjoy having sex. Trust me. It's not painful or a discomfort. But that's where over the years being on birth control pill and doing different type of antidotes made me dry. But now that I've had a total hysterectomy and everything, I have no complications. Oh my God. I'm not moody. I don't have mood swings. I can not wear underwear. Like, I can be free as it can be, and no one would ever know. Like, for real, I can be commando 24/7, and it's the best feeling in the world. I don't buy pads anymore. The money that I spent on pads and tampons, oh my freaking Lord. For real. I think they should have sponsored me back then. I mean, I swear I made them a lot of money. With that, I saved so much. No headaches, no mood swings. Like literally, the minute I removed my uterus, excuse me, my nose is like, I just had something hot with Tabasco, so my nose is like seriously itching and leaking. Forgive me for that. But anyway, like I said, the minute I had my uterus, I had a total hysterectomy, so I still have my eggs. So my fallopian tubes and everything and all of that has been removed. It's just basically an empty vessel. I still have my vagina. My vagina is still there intact, and I still have estrogen, so that's why they kept the eggs. And just in case if I wanted to have a surrogacy, that's between me and my significant other. If he does come, we'll make that decision. But I do have the capabilities of having a child, even though I cannot carry it to full term, or get impregnate. So in another sense, somebody can paint the walls. I'm very cautious. I'm just saying this just to say this. but I do use protection. I am a very advocate person of protection of condoms. Um, um, I'm allergic to latex, so it's polyurethane stuff. But let's just say somebody can paint the walls and I will not get pregnant. There's no possibilities. But there are sexually transmitted diseases out there. So I'm very, like I said, I'm an advocate for condoms and sexual protection, big time. But I don't feel any type of way that or feel different, to be honest with you. I feel more relieved more than anything, because it's like the bleeding for close to 2 years, that is remarkable. Now, I'm not talking about drip drip. We're talking about having a slow menstrual constantly leaking. And I mean, I even went to Dubai and even went to Thailand with that bullshit. Excuse me. No, Dubai wasn't. It was more like Thailand, because that's the year, that's birthday year, and then the year, yeah, the following year I went to Dubai in 2021, the year COVID hit. But seriously, I don't feel any kind of way. I'm not depressed. Like, I've never had a thing about like having children. I love kids as long as they go home with their parents, or they can come visit me, but you can go home. But I really never been depressed, because people always want to stereotype. Oh, do you feel some type of way because you never had any kids? No, not really. I'm more freer than anything. I can get up and go anywhere I want to be honestly with you. And the simple fact is, I've seen my little brother get born. Oh my God, Mickey, my little brother, I can't say little. He's 32 years old now. And he 1990. 1991 or 1990 when he was born. So I was in middle school, 8th grade, when he was born. So watching that at a tender age, that was the birth control right there. Like, for real, for real. And mind you, when I got to college, everyone, even my roommate, was having sex in the room with me, in my room. But I'm not a follower. That's one thing about me. I love sex, and I always wanted to be a sex therapist. Anybody who knew me from middle school, Pompano Middle, all the way to high school, all the way to University of South Florida, knew I wanted to be a sex therapist. Now I still have the capabilities, and I did go to FAU to clinical psychology to get my master's. I'm like 6 classes away from getting my master's, and now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I should just finish up, but then it will be a continuation of school. And I just came out of phlebotomy school. So, and I'm planning on going back to school to do medical technologist. So everybody pray for me, like seriously, like I'm always going to be in school. So the plan right now is to go to Miami-Dade and be a medical technologist, or Kaiser. But I'm gearing towards Miami-Dade, because it's a 2-year program. So I'll be a medical technologist. I'll be the ones who will be reading your blood. Even though I'm a registered phlebotomist right now, I will be the one actually deciphering. Like, oh my God, if your hemocrat comes back, or your hemoglobins, or your white blood count cells, if your potassium, or your osmosis, or all the stuff I studied well in phlebotomy comes back, depending on the departments, chemistry, biology, or hematology, coagulation, or urine, or the blood bank. I will be that technologist person that actually calls the doctor and says, hey, you need this. These are your results. Right now, I'm working as a lab assistant tech. So I am dealing with the specimens on a regular basis, which is giving me more knowledge and experience so I can go to the next step. Because like I said, growth for me is constantly growing. I'm constantly growing, and I'm never going to stop with education. It's basically, I don't like to be stunned. I don't like to be stagnant. I'm constantly growing. I'm actually like a waterfall. I'm constantly moving. I cannot be in a river or a lake or a pond that just sits fucking still. I'm constantly moving all the time. But to stop that rant right there, but I think that was the best decision I ever made in my whole entire life, having a total hysterectomy. Um, if the time comes for you to make that decision, make sure you make that decision with your partner. You pray about it. I made it, and I don't regret it. I never look back because I think that was like the best decision. And not having a fucking period, oh my God. I swear having a period, and this is my personal opinion, is more. I know we produce and we're the source of life and everything, but some people are not meant to be mothers or to produce. I'm not that one. I can't bear any fruits. I can go buy fruits, but I can't bear any fruits. And I love the act of doing the act, but to actually be pregnant, I mean that's a no bueno for me. Like I said, I didn't lose my virginity till I was 25 years old. The act of seeing what people were doing was more scareful than anything, and then of course getting up to people personal experiences, like I said, from middle school, high school, all the way through college. Because when you're not doing something, you always want to get somebody's personal experience so you can gather and make your own adult decision. And when I did make that decision, yeah, it wasn't all that, it was okay. But from there on, I took another hiatus of 8 years of not doing anything. Oh my God, for real, it's like I was a virgin, reborn a virgin all over again. But I think the heavy bleedings really prevented me from having sex, for real. And having fibroids. I think I've had five fibroids removed, and then the last one was basically surgery number 6 was the total hysterectomy. And I don't regret it. Ladies, don't let anybody make you feel any type of way because you do not have a womb. I mean, a uterus or a womb. You're still a human being. I still have my eggs. I still have estrogen. That's why I'm not going through menopause early. But I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that you're beautiful, regardless if you can produce a child or not, even if you have your uterus or not. That doesn't make you less of a human being. It's just not your time. There's so much technology out there nowadays that we can have surrogacies, or we have sperm banks, and we have egg banks. So do what's best for you. Stop listening to what other people are speaking in your ear. Pray about it. Like I said, talk to your significant other. Make it a decision for yourself and for your life. I had to make the decision for my life. It was either try to carry a child and die, where because it was that ratio. I was given that as either you have a child and die, where the child would live, or both of you guys would die, or have a total hysterectomy and still have a proper life and do what the hell you wanted to do. And I picked B instead of A, kind of thing. And like I said, I'm not missing anything. Best decision ever made in my entire life. So I'm happy to share that little bit of story with you guys about my total hysterectomy. And right now I'm 43 years old, and it's been 3 years right now, and I feel wonderful. I feel fine. Like seriously, like I do still have my juice box does get sensitive sometimes if I change up soaps or body washes, and I have my boric acid for the yeast infections. But oh my God, now that was an issue back to back, like bacterial vaginosis. That was an issue because she was seriously, like, now that I'm older, she doesn't have that many serious issues, to be honestly with you. Like for vaginal dryness, no, not an issue. It probably back then when I was bleeding and it was dry and I was on all of those type of hormones, progesterone, estrogen, oh my God, all those type of birth control pills definitely made it dry. But now it's like I'm balanced, like emotionally, mentally, I'm balanced because she gone. And when I tell people my equipment is not there, at first they chuckle, and I'm like, no, I have no equipment to produce or to make a child. And then I go into detail explaining, look, it's not there anymore. It's just an empty vessel down there. But I can't go get a pap smear done every year because there's no cervix there. It's like literally, I have pictures of my own, my insides to show that it's actually been removed, just to confirm. But anyway, that's basically my story of my total hysterectomy. I hope this video helps those who are out there, who feel some type of way. Like I said, I'm beautiful and you're beautiful. If you do have fibroids, get them checked, get them removed. Don't let them persist and make you have heavy bleeding. And if you do have heavy bleeding, it's not your fault. Doctors, scientists are still not aware of what's causing it. And the crazy thing is, it happens among minority women, Hispanics, African Americans. We don't know why. And I mean, I've known one Caucasian person who's had fibroids, which so to me, it doesn't just affect a certain group. It affects all type of women, to be honestly, any type of woman. And then it's not just a box anymore. Back then I was just told it was a minority thing, but now that I met a Caucasian woman who had it done, also had fibroids, I was like, oh god damn, okay. So it happens to all women. It doesn't exclude anybody, just like cancer doesn't exclude, AIDS doesn't exclude. It doesn't have a specific target. It comes, if it wants you, it'll come and get you. Like, that's how I feel about it. But mines were constantly, and I had to do something about it. And I didn't want to die from hemorrhaging, because that was a potential risk for me at that time. So I hope this video helps those who are out there. Talk to your gynecologist, your OBG, or your doctor. Get some information. The web is very vast, but talk to a professional, medical professional that knows and is very knowledgeable. And I hope this video helps you make the correct decision for your life. Thank you again for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.